How's going guys, welcome to the channel. In this video we are gonna see, what if Naruto got harem with Kushina, femKyubi, Mikoto. Huge shout out to King-konoha for this story. If you want to see awesome fanfiction like this, don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get into the video. Tusan. I did it. Did you see that? Did you? Cheered a girl who looked 10 years old. She had bright long red hair with yellow around the end of the hair, bright ocean blue eyes, and a round face. She was about 4'1". She wore a red t-shirt and combat pants. That was great Narumi-chan. Applauded a man with spiky blonde hair with two long bangs down the side of the face. He had ocean blue eyes and an angular face. He was more handsome than most males. He wore a dark blue long sleeve shirt and black sweatpants. Stood about a height of 5'10". This man was Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage of Konohagakure and the Yellow Flash of Konoha. At the moment Minato was watching his daughter train. This girl, now known as Narumi, was daughter of both Minato Namikaze and Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. She looked an exact copy of her mother, with the exception of her blue eyes and the yellow strands that outline her hair and the fact that she is younger. Narumi smiled and continued her training on sensing her chakra and calling it out. She just started training with chakra and her dad was teaching her how to control it. Great job Narumi-chan, you will be a great Kunoichi in no time. Said a read who just came in when she saw her daughter call out her chakra. She stood at a height of 5'8", had maroon hair and a heart-shaped angelic face. She wore a hair clip on her hair, wore a red t-shirt and sweatpants. She had a body of a goddess that would make any male or female die of a nosebleed. With long slender arms and legs and an impressive bust ranging from C cups to D cups. This woman was Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze and Konoha's Red Death. Thanks mom. I can't wait until I become a great Kunoichi like you. Replied Narumi with a smile. Both Minato and Kushina smiled at their child energy and attitude. In the distance stood a boy who was the same age as Narumi. He had wild spiky blonde hair that went everywhere, electric blue eyes, and a round face. He stood about the height of 4'5" and at the moment was wearing a grey t-shirt and sweatpants. He looked like any normal healthy kid, but one thing different about him was the 3 whisker marks on each side of his face. His name is Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze, an older twin brother of Narumi Namikaze. At the moment Naruto was glaring at the nice family scene that was happening at the family private training area. Naruto just sighed and walked away into his room where he did training of his own with the supervision of Hikari, Kyubi. Yes, Naruto knows about Kyubi's soul sealed inside of him and Narumi has the chakra. He entered his room, sealed his room, made a ram sign and shouted Kai white chakra started to come out from him and suddenly a puff of smoke cover him and when it clears Naruto stood there with height of 4'10" with long silver hair which tie in a ponytail, electric blue eyes with some purple hint of it and crescent moon symbol on his forehead. How did he know about Kyubi? And why did he hide his true appearance? It started 3 years ago with an incident which made him to be what he is now. Flashback 3 years ago. Hey Tusan, can you teach me how to do some cool ninja stuff? Asked a young blonde Naruto who was hoping his dad would say yes. Sorry Naruto, I can't. I have to teach Narumi. Replied Minato. Naruto frowned. Why can't you teach both of us at the same time? Argued Naruto, ignoring the smug look his sister was giving him. Sorry Naruto, I don't have the time to do that. Naruto was going to respond with his father until his mother came in. Naruto, go to your room and don't bother your father. He will teach you when he feels that you are ready. Said Kushina in a demanding voice. Naruto, not wanting to argue with his mother, looked at the ground and walked to his room. Why can't I learn how to be a shinobi, but Narumi can? How come she gets everything? Said Naruto out loud to himself when he reached his room and closed the door so no one could enter or hear him. Naruto was considered a genius or prodigy, he was smart beyond measure and had skills to learn anything really fast, so it didn't take him long enough to figure out that his family favored his sister more than him, seeing as she got everything she wanted. He noticed the villagers treating her like a hero. Naruto other hand barely got anything he wanted, even on his birthday he would get 1 or 2 gifts, while Narumi would have tons. He also hated by the villagers. Sometimes when he would walk around the village alone he could see some of the villagers giving him cold glares. His sister also had a lot of friends, every kid would try to get to know her. Well, he only has one friend, her name is Sakura Haruno. He saved her from some bullies one day, from that day Sakura is best and only friend. Naruto knew that his sister was seen as a hero for an unknown reason, but he didn't understand why he was so hated by the villagers. He sighed and think I wish I had a family who noticed that I am there and tell me why the villagers hate me. And lay in the bed so that he could get some rest. Unknown to him his wish about to come true. Naruto lay on the bed tried to sleep when he felt some attraction of his body like someone tried to take him somewhere. Suddenly a puff of summon Naruto vanished from his room, leaving no sign of where he went. Unknown location. Naruto find himself in some type of flower field with a waterfall which create a beautiful lake in the field. Naruto look confusedly left and right try find that how he end up here and where is he? Where am I? Asked Naruto. An answer came from his behind by an angelic tone. In my realm Naruto-kun. Said the angelic tone which Naruto could make out was a woman at age 25 with marvelous beauty. She has long silver hair, purple eyes and a crescent moon symbol on her forehead. She is giving an aura of life and death so strong that it scared shit out of Naruto. Whua.Ryu. And why am I here? Asked a fearful Naruto. The woman just smiled at him that somehow relaxed him, she bent down to his level and placed a hand on his shoulder. Well for your first question I am Kami Izumi, don't know what it's mean, but I like it as a last name. Goddess of life and death. Naruto eyes winded hearing that he's standing before Kami and why you are here because I have an offer for you. This confused Naruto greatly. What kind of offer? Asked Naruto confusedly. The good kind of offer. Said Kami with a motherly smile, that she spoke again, but before I tell you I want you to meet with someone. She placed her 2 fingers on his forehead and Naruto suddenly blacked out. Mindscape. Naruto suddenly woke up to see that he was in a sewer and in front of him was a giant gate with a seal on it. He didn't know where he is now. He looked beside only to see Kami standing beside him. So he asked her where are we? We are currently on your mindscape. She said Naruto and looks toward the giant cage and called out, why didn't you come out now Hikari-chan? Naruto heard some footsteps coming toward them from the dark cage. When the person came to the light, he saw a girl around 15 with blood red hair, redder than his mother, red silted pupil eyes, DD cup breast, 2 fox ears on top of her head, and she had 9 red tails. 7 of the 9 tails looks like ghostly, but other 2 look solid. Naruto meet Hikari or otherwise Kyubi no Yuko. Said Kami only to Naruto's eyes widen. But how is this possible? I thought Kyubi was dead and its power sealed inside of Narumi. Questioned Naruto. Kyubi looked at Kami who just gave her nod, telling it's okay to tell him the full story. Well Naruto-kun no mortal can kill a Biju. So he do the best he can he sealed my power inside of Narumi, hoping she can use the power and place my soul inside of you, making your life a living hell. Described Kyubi to Naruto. Naruto clenched his hands in fist in anger, now he understood why his father and mother favored Narumi most, why he hated by the villagers. From this day he vowed to never call them mother and father, he lost the reason to call them mother and father. How could a father make his own child's life a hell? Now Naruto-kun there's some things needed to know, although your father training your sister early so that she can use my power, which is like impossible without the soul, because my chakra is pure hatred and destruction, so whenever she go more than 2 tails of my chakra, she going to lost control and killed whoever in front her. Naruto's eyes widened a bit and then laughed at how his father made a stupid mistake. Taking some breath Hikari again continue yes Naruto-kun it's funny, now back to the fact. Your father thought that as a soul without a body I never going to create chakra, but he doesn't know that my body is made of chakra, so as the time pass I am going to generate chakra and came back to the as powerful as I before. Now this time I generate 2 tails worth chakra that why I have 2 real tails and 7 ghostly tails. This caused him to laugh more about his father's utter foolishness. Then suddenly he becomes serious. He looked at Kyubi and asked. Why is the first place you attacked the village? This time the answer came from Kami. She has been controlled. Said Kami and stopped some time to Naruto take the information, then again speak, she has been controlled by a man named Tobi. When your mother is in labor this man came and rips her from your mother's seal, before you ask yes your mother is a Jinchuriki of Hikari before you and Narumi, so he rips your mother's seal controlled Hikari to attack the village. Naruto looked at Hikari and asked is it true? Yes Naruto-kun it's true, sorry I can't control myself, I am a part of the cause of your pain. Said Kyubi a sad voice and looks to the ground not wanting to make eye contact with Naruto. Suddenly she felt 2 small arms circled around her. She takes looks and sees that Naruto is now inside of her cage and hugging her tightly. I forgive you Hikari-chan, it's not your fault. It's that entire bastard Minato's fault, now that I think correctly he just used me like a scapegoat for reliving the villagers' pain. But I don't understand that why Oka-san didn't do anything, she is a formal Jinchuriki after all. Said asked Naruto. Kyubi is very happy that Naruto didn't hate him and blush at the affectionate suffix Naruto added her name. She hear Naruto asked why Kushina never help him, so she decided to answer him because Kushina is now like fangirl of Minato. Ever since Minato rescue her from the Cloud Shinobi she thought that what he do always right. Naruto growled at name of fangirls boys he always bombarded by Narumi's fan club. He was now disgusted that his birth mother is now a fangirl. Now Naruto you know everything about your condition. I wanted you hear my offer which I am about to make. Said Kami to the hugging duo. Naruto let go of Kyubi and gave full attention to Kami. Realizing she had full attention, she looked direct to eyes of Naruto. Naruto, you are the most pure soul ever born in 1000 years and you destined bring peace to the elemental nation. You know that your parents not think you as a member of the family, so I wanted to ask, will you cut everything with them and became my son? Offered Kami. Naruto's eyes bulge out from his socket. He was offered by Kami to become her son and cut all the ties with his family. Naruto frowned at that, not family, his birth family. He thought about his family and only remembers ignorance, abandoned and left behind. He made a decision there and then. He looked at Kami and said, I accept it only with one condition. And what is it? Asked Kami. Would you promise that you'll always love me, never left me behind and abandon me? Asked Naruto with tears came out from his eyes. Hearing that, Kami's eyes softened and she just nodded. Suddenly she tackled by a 6-year-old crying blonde. She just rubbed her hand on his back telling sweet words to him. Hikari just stood there crying. She was happy that Naruto found someone who he could call a mother. Thank you, Oka-san. Said Naruto and let Kami go from his hug. Kami just smiled at him and said, Naruto, now you accept my offer. There is only one thing to do to make you my official son, and that is the blood ritual. Naruto just nodded and they faded from his mindscape. Kami's realm. Naruto again found himself his new Oka-san. He saw his new mother cut his hand and to make his hand bleed and some of her own blood on it. Suddenly there is white light and Naruto started to changing, his blonde hair turned blue and the whisker marks on his cheeks stated to fed, his eyes somehow take some purple hint. When transformation complete, Naruto stood there with a completely different look on him. Kami just smiled and said to Naruto, now Naruto, you are my official son, not Uzumaki, not Namikaze, only Naruto Uzumi, a demigod. You have a chakra pool that can rival Juubi itself, you are now immortal, no one can kill you, you had a Dijutsu named Perfect Eye, which is mix of Rinnegan Byakugan and Manjikyu Sharingan, ability to grow up wings on your back. You have the power to control all elements including the sub-elements to its fullest. But you don't know how to control them. You already know that I can't take you to the god's realm, so I'm going to watch you from up and come to meet you time to time. Then when I tell you are ready, get out from this hellhole named Konoha and find the mythical dragon and phoenix joint summoning contract, they going to teach you further how to use your power fullest. But right now your body is not ready for the training, so I want you train yourself to get to the point, oh I want you to hide your appearance and power. We don't want a certain Hokage to find about it and try to make you weapon for the village. Naruto just nodded to his mother already knowing what to do. Oh Naruto, when you are ready, give the village some ass kick so that they never try to mess with Kami's son, said Kami with a sadistic smile which Naruto followed. And he vanished from the realm and reappeared on his room. Flashback end. Throughout the years he has and still has been training very hard. Hikari gave him exercise and jutsu which he masters in no time. He managed to masters his Dijutsu by an army of clones in this years. He managed to break through Minato's library and stole the jutsu named Hiraishin and Rasengan. Although he hated Minato with passion, but he have to admit that the two jutsu were work of a genius. He was able to master the Rasengan, and when he found that it's an incomplete technique he started to work on make it complete. In 2 months he managed to complete it, make wind and fire element Rasengan. He mastered Hiraisen such a degree that he doesn't even need a mark to teleport. But he can't use the new Hiraisen long distance because his body was not ready for it. He also learned about sealing, now he could call himself a seal master better than Minato, Kushina and Jiraiya. His medical jutsu is average, but he was still trying to master it fully. Time to time Kami visited him and gave him some tips about how to use his god powers and Dijutsu. In between this time she told him about a prophecy, the chosen one is the child born from 2 great shinobi, holding great power, rise from the white light with wings on back, bring peace to the world. And Naruto already know that he is the chosen one. As time passed, the beating he receives from the villagers started to increases. Through there were very people that befriended him. Them being Sakura, Kurenai Yuhi, Anko Mitarashi, Yugao Yuzuki, Uchiha Itachi and finally Uchiha Mikoto. Now in 2 days will be Naruto and Narumi's 12th birthday and Naruto decided it's the day when he leave this hellhole, his goddess mother already told him that's its time. So he currently is thinking a way to escape. Naruto and Narumi's birthday. It's the date of Naruto and Narumi's birthday and annual anniversary of Kyubi's defeat and national holiday to Konoha. Minato Namikaze was currently doing paperwork, something he hated to do as Hokage. He was currently looking at a paper that said to release the civilians that were in jail for hurting his son Naruto. He sighed after Kyubi attack and when he announced that Narumi had the power and Naruto had the soul, some of the villagers asked that Naruto be killed before the Kyubi could control Naruto. As a father he knew that he shouldn't let them go, but he was the Hokage, not just any Hokage, the best Hokage ever to produce so far. As a Hokage he knew that the village came first and family came later. That's why he trained Narumi early, so that she can use the Kyubi's power to protect the village. He knew the pain of the village after the attack, and with Naruto having soul of the Kyubi, he knew that village would target him. He knew it was bad, but the village needed a scapegoat, and Naruto was the only person to fit the job. The best he could do is reduce what they did to him. He signed the paper that releases the villagers from their prison. He just hopes that Naruto was forgiving and his wife and daughter doesn't find out about what he allowed the villagers to do to Naruto. He was about to go through more paperwork until he felt a presence behind him. "Jiraiya, what are you doing here?" asked Minato while he was approving the request. "It seems like I could never hide from you," said Jiraiya. "I ask you again, why are you here? I assumed you were peeping on women like you always do." "Actually, the toad summoned me and told me about a prophecy." "Prophecy from the toads?" asked a shocked Minato. Jiraiya nodded in confirmation. "What was it about?" "It said that the chosen one is the child born from two great shinobi, holding great power, rise from the white light with wings on back, bring peace to the world. I expect that the chosen one would be Narumi, since she is your child and has the power of the Kyubi within herself." Minato nodded slowly, then realization came to him and he smiled. "So my daughter is the chosen one?" asked a happy and hopeful Minato. "I think so, since she fits most of its requirements," replied Jiraiya. He saw how happy his student is and what he was going to tell him would make him even happier. "Since it's Narumi's birthday today, I was wondering if you let her sign the toad contract," Jiraiya told Minato, only to his smile growing wider. Minato nodded to Jiraiya and he smiled. His next student would be another person from his favorite student's family. "Since that is done, I guess I'll continue my research, see you tonight at the party, Minato." Jiraiya disappeared using Shunshin. Minato sighed and looked at his loads of paperwork and frowned. He still couldn't figure out a way to beat every Kage's enemy. After working for a while, Minato stopped and started to think about his family. How happy they were, he, Kushina, Narumi and Naruto. He frowned when he thought about Naruto. After refusing to teach Naruto, he pretty much excluded himself from family. From then he stopped asking them anything. For 3 years Minato never heard he called them father and mother. He only able to saw Naruto only dinner time, he would be only silent and only look at the food while he ate, never tries to talk to them. Minato regretted what he did to Naruto and was going to make it up to him. Starting tomorrow after Naruto and Narumi's birthday, he is going to start Naruto's training so that he can bring Naruto back to the family. Later that day. Minato, Kushina and Narumi currently waiting for Naruto to arrive to living room with a smile on their face. When Minato came back and told Kushina and Narumi about Naruto, he became shocked when they tell that they also feel the same way and wanted to bring their son brother to the family so he never be alone again. They ashamed for what they'd done to their son brother and they wanted to make it up to him. So when Minato tell them that he is going to start Naruto's training, they tackled him in a hug, saying that Naruto was going to be very happy by hearing it and surely he forgive them and come back to the family. So here they were waiting for Naruto to arrive. Naruto entered the room with a black t-shirt and black sweats. When he arrived, he was surprised that his family was waiting for him with a smile and love on their face, even Narumi looking at him only loved to her eyes. It's never happened before. What the hell is going on here? Naruto thought himself, suspiciously. Maybe they finally noticed they have a son and brother. Chimed Hikari via their mental link. So now they noticed me after all this time. Whatever this changed, nothing, I am not their son anymore. Good answer, Naruto-kun, they don't deserve forgiveness. Naruto inwardly nodded to Hikari. Well, since he is going to leave today, he might as well give them a piece of his mind. Naruto took a seat at the couch and waiting for them to tell him why they called him here. Minato take a deep sigh and look at Naruto with happy smile and said, "Now Naruto, I have a news for you that will make you very happy." Naruto just glare him flinch a little before he continued, "I happy to say that starting today after your birthday, that you will be starting your training in family arts," said Minato proudly. "Does that mean Iniki will be practicing with me?" asked a hopeful Narumi. Minato nodded and Narumi's face glowed with happiness. Minato then looked at his son and shocked. Naruto's face remains unchanged, his eyes looking at him the same dead cold eyes he always has. Not a single sign that he was smiling or attempted to. Kushina too was shocked, she thought that this plan would work, she was sure it was going to work. Narumi saw the look on both her parents' face and wondered what made both her parents shocked. She turned to look at Naruto and like her parents she too was shocked. "Iniki, aren't you happy? Now we can train together?" asked a confused Narumi. Naruto looked at her with his cold eyes glaring at her. "Not really," he replied. Everyone frowned. "Why not, Naruto, don't you want to know my style and your father's fighting style?" asked Kushina, hoping to see signs that Naruto was reconsidering his answer. "I lost interest after you guys refused to teach me when I asked. I don't need training from either of you, since I didn't have one before, why start now? I will never train to learn any of your styles. So take your style and teach it to your only child, Hokage-sama, Kushina-sama," said Naruto and left, leaving his shocked parents and sister. They are totally shocked that Naruto didn't even call them father and mother. "What do we do now?" asked Atiri Kushina. After hearing that Naruto didn't call her mother, she couldn't take it anymore and started to cry. "I don't know anymore, maybe this was a little too much for him to take in. Now I want you to start the cooking for the party, hopefully the gifts I brought for Naruto cheer him up," he said and tried to stop the mother-daughter duo who thought that they lost their brother's son. Kushina just nodded and went to change and cook for the party, while Minato got the decoration ready. Naruto slammed the door behind him and checked his things he got ready for tonight. He was still mad from the conversation he had earlier. Damn that family. They noticed me now and think that I would forgive them because I get to learn their fighting style. He mentally yelled at himself. Nighttime at the birthday party. It was 6 p.m. time for the party to start. The Namikaze house was filled with friends, children, and adults. There were clan heads and their family. Here is in Sarutobi the third Hokage and his family, Naruto and Narumi's godfather Jiraiya. There were also some Jonin shinobis who were close friend to Minato and Kushina like Kakashi, Kurenai and Yugao. Narumi is currently talking with her friends. And Naruto is talking to Sakura on a corner of the party room. She already knows that what Naruto going to do. Naruto hugged her last time making her blush and asked her a favor that if his parents try to search him, tell them that he was going to sleep in his room. Sakura just nodded sadly that his first friend and secret crew's leaving, only to Naruto kiss on her forehead and he tell her that one day he is going to come for her and take her with him. Naruto in his room got his things ready and checked if he had everything he needed. He packed his things up and put on his backpack, put his shoes, he take a red chalk and write something on his room wall, then he opened the window and jumped out. He was lucky that the gate is open for incoming people. He sneaked past a couple of people and walked through the gate. He came to the main gate. It takes him about 1 hour to get there. He about to leave the gate unnoticed, but the two Chunin spotted him, realizing that he is Hokage's son, and tries to leave the village. They try to stop him only to them knocked out by Naruto. He gets out from the village and started headed to the water country. His goddess mother told him that that is the place where he can find the summoning contract for Dragon and Phoenix. Namikaze house, 1 hour after Naruto left. The time is 7. About an hour after Naruto left, the party getting bigger and bigger. In between this hour Kushina tried to search for Naruto only to Sakura tell her that he was gone to sleep in his room. 2 hours later Naruto's left. It's about 8, the party doesn't seem to be getting smaller or tiring down. Minato, who was slightly drunk since he didn't drink much, quiet everyone down. "Now it's time for Narumi to open her present," said Minato when everyone quiet down and listening to Minato. Narumi, who heard what her father said, smiled in happiness. For a while she was sad that because she hasn't found Naruto so that she can tell him that how much she love him, but the mention of her present brought her out of her sad thoughts. First off Jiraiya who walked up to Narumi with a giant scroll. Many people were wide-eyed knowing what the scroll was. "Narumi, I want to give you the toad summoning contact," said Jiraiya. Narumi eyes widened. She knew what the toad summoning from what her father told her. Narumi started to jump in glee. Jiraiya chuckled while everyone laughed. "Now sign here with your blood," said Jiraiya pointing to the blank space next to Minato's name. Narumi bit her thumb so blood could come out, then she wrote her name the best she could. Then an idea hit her mind. She looked at Jiraiya and asked, "Can Naruto Oni-chan can sign it also please?" Jiraiya taken aback at the request, he thought about it, he never do anything for his godson, so he smiled and nodded. "Yay. Oka-chan please calls Naruto Oni-chan," shouted Narumi. Kushina was about to do that, but stopped when an injured Katatsu entered the room. Minato and Kushina saw that an injured Katatsu coming up into the group panting. "What wrong Katatsu? Why are you injured?" asked Minato. "It's Naruto Hokage-sama," replied Katatsu who didn't get too finished when Kushina interrupted her. "What about Naruto-kun? Naruto is leaving the village. He came to the gate 1 hour ago and knocked us out and left." He shouted loudly that the whole party heard and stopped what they were doing and looked at Katatsu. Kushina and Minato were shocked to hear this. Not wanting to believe what she heard, Kushina ran towards Naruto's room and everyone followed her. Kushina kicked the door open only to meet with an empty room and a message written on the wall. It said, "For this day Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze is dead and Naruto Uzumi is born. Goodbye Kushina-sama Hokage-sama, I hope you proud your decision to not train me." After reading this Kushina and Narumi broke down crying. "He didn't forgive us," they said while sobbing. Minato felt that there might be a chance to get his son back. "Anbu," shouted Minato. Then some Anbu appeared in front of Minato kneeling. "Find my son Naruto, he planning to leave the village and make sure he doesn't reach the High no Kuni border," ordered Minato. The Anbu quickly left, doing what they are told. Minato himself preparing to leave when he stopped by a couple of people: Jiraiya, Fugaku, Hiashi, Kakashi. Minutes later everyone was ready including Kushina. Minato looked shocked to see Kushina. "What are you doing Kushina?" asked Minato. "Helping to look for Naruto, what else?" She replied, getting annoyed of why they haven't left yet, and Minato questioning something like this. No, you can't, you have to stay and watch the children. Don't worry, I will bring Naruto back. With that, Minato left, leaving an angry Kushina before she could say anything. Mikoto, who was there, went up to her longtime friend. Go find Naruto, I'll stay and watch the kids. She told Kushina. Thank you, Mikoto-chan. Kushina replied and disappeared via Shunshin. Outside Konoha. Naruto currently hid himself behind a tree and tried his best to conceal his chakra, hoping no one can sense him, as couple of Anbu and Jonin passes the place. It's not that he can't beat some Jonin or Anbu, but he decided against it because it's just waste of his time. When he felt there no one left, he got out of his hiding spot and began running, only stopped when he noticed about 3 people waiting for him. He sighed, it's really getting annoying for him, because of the hiding he lost times and caught by them. In front him stood Kakashi, Hatake, Jiraiya of the Sannin and Hiashi Hyuga. Naruto stopped a few yards away from them, staring at them with cold eyes. Naruto, you need to come home, said Jiraiya. Naruto glared at Jiraiya and Kakashi, 2 people he didn't really care for, since they both were somehow related to his birth father. Why do I do that? Growled Naruto. That because you father, mother and sister want you back home. We want you back home. Sensei, Kushina-ni-san and Narumi-chan want you home, so you all can be family again, said Kakashi, jumping into the conversation, hoping to change Naruto's mind about leaving. He frowned when Naruto's face didn't lighten up, if anything it was even madder than before. Naruto now glared at Kakashi and replied, since when have I been considered family? I was never considered family to them, to you. I was neglected and ignored for what? Only because Narumi contains the Kyubi's chakra. Making both Kakashi and Jiraiya filch. But Naruto, it's for everyone's good, Narumi needed the training, she is the child of prophecy, said Jiraiya. Tried to Naruto understand about his parents' act. Ah, the prophecy, what is it? Oh yeah, the chosen one is the child born from 2 great shinobi, holding great power, rise from the white light with wings on back, bring peace to the world. Tell me, Jiraiya of the Sannin, isn't it odd you think of the part power rise from the white light with wings on back? Asked Naruto. What do you mean? Asked a confused Jiraiya. Naruto just at him and smirked and said, let me show you. Suddenly Naruto stated to glow white and white chakra started to lick from his body. He dispelled the gain jutsu and let out his true appearance to everyone to see. He also grew 2 white angel wings on his back. See this, Jiraiya of the Sannin, I am the child of prophecy and I am totally done with the hellhole named Konoha. Jiraiya and others' eyes bulged that Naruto is suddenly transform and grow wings on his back, then one thought run into their mind that they need to bring back Naruto to Konoha at any cost. There's no way Konoha going to lost this kind of power is it means to hurt Naruto to be it. Jiraiya, Kakashi and Hiashi looked each other and just nodded. Jiraiya takes step toward Naruto and make a Rasengan in his hand, showing Naruto they are going to force. Naruto, come back with us peacefully or we are going to use force. We promised we give you all the training you want. There's no way you can beat 3 of us alone, said threatened Jiraiya as Kakashi and Hiashi also take fighting stance. Naruto spat at the name of training Jiraiya promised and he glared at Jiraiya for he trying to scare him with Rasengan. Oh, you threatened me to use force and I just give up, well let's who kick whose ass. But first make it more interesting, said Naruto and started write seals in the air with his chakra. This shocked Jiraiya great that Naruto writing seals in air only just using chakra. Naruto finished the seals and shouted Fuinjutsu. 4-column barrier. The seal glows and create a 300-meter side square barrier around them. Then he activates the perfect eye, shocking the group more. He creates 2 advanced shadow clones. Advanced shadow clone can take more damage than normal shadow clone and looks at the 3-man group and said, now I create this barrier so that no one can interrupt our fight. So shall we begin? Said asked Naruto and his clones and they attacked Jiraiya, Kakashi and Hiashi. Naruto versus Kakashi. Naruto ran towards Kakashi with high speed and tried to deliver a punch, but Kakashi barely sidestepped and Naruto's fist hit the ground, thus creating a large crater. What is it? How's Naruto punching this strong? It's more powerful than Tsunade's superhuman strength. If Naruto is powerful, I need Sharingan to fight him, thought Kakashi and lifted his headband and take out the Sharingan. Ah. The Sharingan. Do you really think that it could help him? Said Naruto and started to do hand sign at the speed that Kakashi barely followed with his Sharingan. Would release. Root binding jutsu, shouted Naruto and suddenly Root started to came out from the ground and tried to trap Kakashi, but he used replacement jutsu to escape. Would release. How? Asked a shocked Kakashi. It's part of my bloodline, which allows me to use all the elements including the sub-elements. Now enough talk, let's just done with it, said Naruto and attacked Kakashi with Taijutsu. Kakashi barely holding ground with Naruto. He can't able to think that he is losing to Naruto, a 10-year-old child. He came out from a thought when a spin kick connected with his chin, causing him to fly backward. This is what you can do, Kakashi the copy ninja. I am very disappointed with you. Said Naruto and used Hiraishin to come near Kakashi and look into his eyes and said one word, Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi world. Kakashi suddenly found himself in a black and white world with a blood-red moon. His hand and leg binding in a cross. Welcome to my world, Kakashi. Now for next 96 hours you feel the pain you never felt in your entire life. Said Naruto and shoved a katana to Kakashi's body and Kakashi screamed in pain and then a second Naruto appeared and do the same. It's happened again and again for next 96 hours, thus destroying Kakashi's mind for short time. 1 second later, real world. Kakashi suddenly scream in pain, blood coming out from his nose and ears and he lose consciousness. 1 down. Said Naruto and vanished with puff of smoke. Naruto vs Hiashi. Naruto and Hiashi currently engaged with Gyuukin style Taijutsu. Hiashi was nearly shocked that Naruto knew the Gyuukin. No matter how many palm strikes he tried to hit Naruto or failed because Naruto matched every palm strike with his own. Hiashi jumped backward for avoided a palm strike Naruto aimed on his chest. Tell me Naruto, how are you using Gyuukin? Only a Byakugan user can use it. Your Taijutsu is not the Byakugan. So what is it? Questioned Hiashi curiously. Well, it's not Byakugan, but it doesn't mean it can't do the things the Byakugan does. The perfect eye is mix of Byakugan, Mangekyou Sharingan and Rinnegan. Oh, and the good thing is I can see all 360 degree, my eyes do not have the blind spot, said Naruto with a smirk. After hearing that Hiashi paled, it's bad that Naruto is the child of prophecy, but it was worse that Naruto had the Taijutsu that not only mixed a Byakugan, Sharingan, but also Rinnegan. There's no way he could let Naruto escape. Hiashi created 3 clones and circled around Naruto so that he and his clone attack Naruto same times. They jump and try to give Naruto palm strike. But Naruto suddenly started to rotted and white chakra started come out from his body. Hiashi knows what was coming now and paled, there's no way he was going to cancel his attack. Then he heard the technique name he thought no one other than main branch of Hyuga can use. The Kensho Kaiten, 8 trigrams heavenly spin, and a chakra dome appeared around Naruto, thus creating a chakra barrier around him. When Hiashi and his clones collided with it, they fly backward. In puff of smoke the clones vanished and the original hit a tree behind him and coughed up some blood. He slowly stands up and tries to find Naruto, who vanished from his eyesight. Then he heard his voice from behind which make him even paler. You're within my range of division. Said Naruto and take a Gyuukin stance that makes Hiashi shock and paler. 8 trigram 256 palms. 2 palms. 4 palms. 8 palms. 16 palms. 32 palms. 64 palms. 128 palms. 256 palms. Shouted Naruto and attacked Hiashi. He struck Hiashi repeatedly with his fingers and stopped the chakra point he hits with it. When the 256 palm strike completed, he gave Hiashi a palm strike on his chest. Hiashi screamed and fly backward, hit a tree and lose consciousness. 2 down. Said Naruto and vanished with puff of smoke. Naruto vs Jiraiya. Naruto and Jiraiya heard the screams of Kakashi and Hiashi. It made Naruto smirk at Jiraiya and said, it seems that my clones take your subordinate out of the fight, now only you and me left and I wanted to make it quick, I have long way to go. Said Naruto and take the fighting stance. What the hell? How is Naruto this powerful? If Naruto fight me I may need the Sage mode to fight him. There's no way I can let Naruto leave with this kind of power. This power only belongs to Konoha. Thought Jiraiya. He bit his thumb and started to do hand sign and slam his hand to the ground and shouted summoning jutsu. But to his shock nothing happened, not even a single puff of summer, any sign of toad. What the hell? Shouted Jiraiya, try to find out why he can't summon. Surprised Jiraiya. I already know that if you summon a toad I can't win. So I added an anti-summoning seal with a barrier seal. So now you can't summon a toad, not even a tadpole. It doesn't matter how much chakra you use. Said Naruto with a smirk. Jiraiya is in a pure shock. Not only Naruto beat 2 best shinobi, but he used a few ninjutsu that not even he or Minato can make. This boy long since surpassed him, Minato and Kushina in the art of sealing. Finding no other way he made a Rasengan hoping it might work. Naruto sees it and smirk. Oh. The Rasengan. You think that you can beat me with an incomplete technique? Let me show you complete version of it. Said Naruto and make ball like small Futen. Rasen shuriken in his hand. He looked at Jiraiya and vanished with a white flash. Shocking Jiraiya completely that Naruto used Hiraishin, the toughest ninjutsu in the world. Naruto appeared behind Jiraiya and shoved the small Rasen shuriken in his back. Jiraiya screamed in pain as he flies toward a tree. He hit the tree and coughed some blood. Jiraiya looked towards Naruto and asked, how did you use Hiraishin to get behind me? I am sure there's no marker on me. It's not only Hiraishin, Jiraiya. I do some upgrade in the normal, it's called advanced duration, it didn't needs marker me to teleport. Said Naruto with a smirk as Jiraiya coughed more blood out. Don't worry, you will live, I didn't use the full power of Rasen Shuriken so it doesn't kill you. Naruto dropped the barrier and started to leave the place. He stopped and looked at the Jiraiya, give Minato team my thanks. If he didn't deny to train me, I may not reach this place and maybe stay loyal to the damn village. He said and ran out from the spot. Naruto continued running for 15 minutes when a red blur passes by him and stopped a few feet in front of him, making him stop. Naruto now saw who was in front of him and glared at the person. For the person in front of him was his birth mother Kushina Uzumaki Namikaze. She wore her battle gear, but without her katana since she had to rush. Naruto, why are you leaving? Is it because of us? If so, then we still make it up to you. Kushina asked Naruto, sadly hoping to change Naruto's mind about leaving. Please, you had your chance years ago. I've even tried to become a family by suggesting going to places, but what happens? Oh, that's right, my suggestions were overruled by Narumi. Yelled Naruto, his anger getting the best for him. It's making sadder than before. But that doesn't mean you should leave. We can still make it up to you. Respond Kushina as she finished the flashback he's seeing about Naruto. Like I said, you lost your chances and son 3 years ago when you denied me train me with Narumi. You neglected and ignored me over Narumi for what? All because she holds the Kyubi's power. But she had to be trained to control the Kyubi's power, also Minato-kun said so as he knows his best. Naruto is getting more furious when his birth mother mentioned about Minato. So what? That doesn't mean you have to neglected me, you could have always gave me books on chakra or maybe basic anything. But no. You just shoo me like I am some kind fly and told me to go to my room. I ask you, did you try to find out how am I what I am doing? Did you ever think that after the beating from the villagers is I am okay? No. You just take care of Narumi like she is your only child. Shouted Naruto, shocking Kushina that some villagers beat him. What, the villagers beat you every day? But why? You know why? Why ask? Said an irritated Naruto. No, I don't. Are you kidding me, you don't know? That because since I hold the Kyubi's soul, they think that the Kyubi influences me. So they think I am the Kyubi and would beat me up. Naruto stopped to take a deep breath, he was mad, his face red with anger. Kushina other hand was taking this in slowly, but eventually her eyes started to swell with tears coming out. And you know what's funny? Added Naruto. Kushina looked up at him wondering what it might be. That bastard Minato allowed them to beat me up, using as a scapegoat for their pain and loss from the Kyubi attack. Kushina froze when she heard that Minato allowed her son beating. She didn't know what to believe. She had trusted her husband believing he always knew what to do. But after hearing what Naruto just told her, she didn't know anymore. But I thank you for one thing, because of your ignorance I find out a mother who loves me as a son. You know what, I am not your son anymore. Because the blood ritual I have with her make me her real son. Thus cutting all bond with your retarded family. Said Naruto, shocking Kushina more. Kushina brought out of her current thought and started to thinking about everything Naruto had told her. She started having flashback of all the events with Naruto. She remembered times when Naruto would suggest things only for Narumi to say something else, how Minato along with her agree with Narumi. She remembered the time Naruto asked to be trained only for her and Minato tell him to go his room. Truthfully, she could have done something for Naruto, but instead she listened to Minato and told that he would be trained when ready. Going through these flashbacks, she felt like an idiot, like a fangirl. She didn't know what to think. She wanted to believe what Naruto said was false, about beating and Minato all of it false. She got back to her senses, she was too late because the last thing she heard from Naruto was goodbye Kushina Uzumaki-sama. Hope you may have your happy life with your husband and only child. And left off. Leaving a teary Kushina who broke down crying, not having willpower to chase after him. Naruto has escaped the hellhole village finally. But Minato Namikaze is angry and furious. After he came back from the failed search for Naruto, thinking that someone other than him may capture and bring his son back, after all, how hard it would be to capture a 10-year-old boy. Only to find out that the same boy not only defeats 3 of the best shinobi in the village, but also send them to the hospital. How a 10-year-old boy could defeat them? He needs to find out. So he speeds up to the hospital to meet his student, teacher and friend to the hospital. He needs to know what happened in the fight with them and Naruto. Hospital. Jiraiya currently sitting in the hospital bed with bandage over him. The doctor said that the jutsu Naruto used on him is weak, otherwise it could kill him instantly, but he knows better that Naruto used it with low power so that it doesn't kill him. Just how powerful Naruto became that he could take 3 of the best shinobi like it nothing. He needs to tell Minato about it. There's no way he could let Naruto join other village if it meant to kill him. He is about to call the nurse and ask her to inform the Hokage to meet him, but a sound of opening door stop him in his track, only to see that the said Hokage entering his hospital room. How are you doing, Jiraiya-sensei? Asked Minato. I am fine, but doctors said it would be month before I can go back to active duty. How are Kakashi and Hiashi? Asked Jiraiya. That is you are it also takes them a month or two to back in their full strength. Jiraiya-sensei what happened? How could Naruto a 10 years old child could defeat you three? Sigh before I tell you what happened I want to inform you something. Said Jiraiya and take a deep breath Minato Naruto is the child of prophecy. This caused Minato's eyes widen but how it would be. I thought you said that Narumi is the child of prophecy. Panicked Minato. I thought it would be Narumi, but it seems I was wrong, I am now 100% sure it's Naruto who is the child of prophecy. But Minato tried to deny it, but Jiraiya stopped him in the mid-sentence. But not all Minato. Said Jiraiya he surpassed us in all departments we know in the elemental nation, and he finished the two in complete technique of yours. You mean? Yes Naruto able to add element in the Rasengan and use Hiraishin without seals and special kunai. Oh he also able to write seals on the air only with his chakra. This caused his eyes widen more, the things Naruto done is the same thing he tried to accomplish for many years, if only he knows that Naruto is this much talented he never shoot Naruto. If only he knows the Naruto alongside with Narumi made a perfect weapon for Konoha. Seeing that Minato doesn't said anything Jiraiya continue with his thought Minato, this is only what I saw, I think there is more about Naruto, Minato, we can't let Naruto be in the hands of an enemy, just think what would happen if Naruto joined an enemy it would be the end of Konoha. Minato looks it straight to the eyes of Jiraiya-sensei, I want you alongside with Kakashi and Hiashi attend the council meeting and tell them the full details about Naruto. After that we decided the fate of Naruto. Said Minato in the full Hokage mode and Hiraishin out from the hospital to Hokage tower. With Kushina and Narumi. Kushina and Narumi are crying there so many emotions appear in their face, but the main emotion is anger. They are angry at their husband father. After Kushina came back to the Namikaze mansion she is bombarded by Mikoto and Narumi, they wanted to know what happened to Naruto and why she looks like so devastated. Kushina tell them what Naruto told her. These causes to Narumi cry more, she can't believe their own father do something horrible to his brother. Narumi and Kushina cry some time more and Mikoto try her best to give them some relief. But soon it's time for her to go her own home. She gives them last hug and leaves the Namikaze mansion. After that Kushina and Narumi go to Naruto's room, hoping to find something about Naruto, like how he live his life in his room. They search his room and find out his journal from 5 years to 7 years. They read the journal whole night, Minato searched for Naruto the whole night, so didn't come back to home. They find out the pain Naruto felt by the loneliness and their ignorance. How the villagers beat him in his birthday, how he feel when they ignore him and fevered Narumi, and finally how he snapped. Last entries at the same date he last asked them to train him and the next day of it says. October 10. 10 AM. The day is mine and Narumi's birthday I am hoping that today my Oto-san and Oka-san starts my training in cool ninja thing. It's been 2 years since they ignore me and stars Narumi's training, I just hope now notice me and train me in something, I just want to be feel like a family, like I am one of them. 12:30 PM. Am my parents and sister, no they are not my parents, some teardrop could be seen in the page. How could they do this to me? For them I am noting but a fly like a burden. If that they think then be it I am no longer their son, now for me they are just Hokage and his wife. Kushina and Narumi are crying harder now, they can't believe how much pain Naruto go through. Kushina turn the next page and read the last entry in the journal. October 11. 7 AM. I am so happy tomorrow night I meet Kami-sama, she told me that her name is Kami Izumi and she adopts me as her son. She perform a blood ritual which cut all of my connection with my birth family, she said me she going to as much she can, not like my birth mother who think that she had only a daughter. From today Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze is dead and Naruto Uzumi is born. Kushina felt guilty and pain like someone stubs her with thousands of kunais. But she continues reading the entry to just found about her abandoned son. The best thing my real hurt is that Narumi never going to learn how to control Kyubi's chakra, every time she go upper than 2 tails worth chakra, she going to berserk and kill everybody in front of her. I almost dead by laughing the stupidity of so-called best of best, Hokage of Konoha. If he is the best how could he miss that without the soul Narumi could control the power which nothing but hatred and bloodlust. Now I am going to break the Hokage tower and copy the forbidden scroll so that I could learn the every technique in the scroll. Realization hit Kushina like tons of brick, how could she miss that? She is a seal master, not just any the best of whole elemental nation, how could she miss that Narumi never going to control the power of Kyubi? Is she so much being a fangirl that she blindly thinks that Minato do everything right? For her this decision she lost her not only her son, but put her daughter in grave danger. She pushed her thought and read further in the journal. 1 PM. I pissed, no I am beyond pissed. Why you asked? When in infiltrate the Hokage tower, I found some document which pissed me off. What I found. I find out that my so-called birth father not only allow the villagers beat me, using me as scapegoat, but he is planning to make Narumi a weapon for the village, who use Kyubi's power to protect the village, and then when she aged 25, use her like a breeding stock for making powerful children. How could a father do this to his own child? I know I should tell my birth mother about it, but who I am joking about, if tell her she tell me I am jealous and punish me. So it's better I shut my mouth. Now Kushina is pissed that Minato planning this in her back. I am going to kill that bastard, shouted Kushina and try to leave the room. But stop by Narumi. Oka-san, cool down, if you attacked him now he could kill you and then could use some kind of seal to make me his royal. I already lost my brother, I don't want to lose my mother. Said Narumi, who now hugging Kushina's leg and crying her eyes out. Kushina's eyes softened hearing it, she know that if anything happened to her daughter forever be a puppet for Minato, it's mean that she can try to kill that bastard because she is weaker than him, damn. How much she wanted to kill that bastard, but it doesn't mean that she stay with him, no, for today she no longer Kushina Namikaze, only Kushina Uzumaki, and she swore that if she ever meet Naruto, she'd do everything to her power to make it up to him. Unknown to her, Narumi swore the same thing. Kushina kneeled down and give Narumi a hug. Shhh, it's okay, I am not leaving you, now pack your thing, we are going to leave this mansion, we are no longer staying this bastard house. Hi, said Narumi and sprint to her room. Sigh, Minato, I hope when Naruto came he kick your ass hard. Thought Kushina. Sometime hour later, council room. The council room is silent, no one make a sound. They are totally shocked after Kakashi, Hiashi and Jiraiya describe the power and knowledge Naruto show in their fight. Hokage-sama, I advise that we send best of our Anbu to retrieve Naruto. There no way we could let this kind of power in our enemy's hand. Shouted Danzo. No, Hokage-sama, we could send Hunter Nin after him, it's sure that Kyubi taking control of his body. Shouted a civilian counselor. How troublesome. The boy defeat 3 of our best shinobi like it's nothing, you think some Anbu could beat him? Said Shikaku Nara, head of the Nara clan. What do you advise, Shikaku? That we could let this kind of an enemy's hand? Asked Minato with an angry tone. This could never happen if you spent some time with son Minato. Shouted Tsume Inuzuka. Silent, shouted Minato, I am entering Naruto to the bingo book as SS class missing Nin, and I hear no objection. You all dismissed. And he leave via Haration to High Mansion, thinking what excuse he going to tell Kushina and Narumi. Hope they understand. Oh, how wrong he is. Minato hurry home to meet his wife and daughter so that he can make an excuse. He enters to the Namikaze mansion only to finds out that the whole house is look so dead silent, like there no one in the house. Hoping to find his wife and daughter inside, he enters the mansion only to find Kushina sitting there in a sofa and looking at him with cold eyes. This shocked Minato greatly, he never sees Kushina looking at him like this, and this somehow makes him feel him uncomfortable. Kushina-chan, I am sorry, Minato started his excuse, but Kushina cut him off. Save it, Minato, I already know what you going to say, that you try your hard to find Naruto but fail, so don't try to waste your time, and don't you dare call Kushina-chan me ever again, from today I am only Uzumaki-sama to you, said Kushina in so much fury in her voice. This shocked Minato even greater that Kushina talked to him so much fury in her voice. Kushina never do it, she always believe him if it lie or truth like a love-sick puppy, like a fangirl. So what happened today that she objects his words? Is Naruto's leaving change her? If it, then it's bad, very bad, he needed to win Kushina trust over, otherwise his plan's never going to success. Kushina-chan, I know you angry at me for telling you to ignore Naruto, but you need to understand it's good for everyone. And as Hokage, Uzumaki clan leader and your husband. Not anymore. Cut Kushina. What? You are not anymore my husband or Uzumaki clan leader, I already signed the divorce paper and already cut all ties with you and Uzumaki clan, like separate Uzumaki and Namikaze wealth, taking the entire Nin, Tai and Fuinjutsu scroll from your Jutsu vault, which owned by Uzumaki clan with me, to the Fire Lord capital, to the clan home of Uzumaki, stated Kushina. What? Shouted Minato, how could you separate Namikaze and Uzumaki clans? You know it's make Nakaka's clan poorer than the common Kurama clan. How could you do this to your own husband? What about Narumi? Do you want to live in poor conditions? You are not my husband anymore. And about how could I separate the clans? Tell me when the Namikaze become an official clan. It's never been an official clan, the Uzumaki is. The Fire Lord signed the official paper after Yuzugakure destroyed, making the Uzumaki an official clan in Land of Fire. I never remember he made the Namikaze clan official. So by the law I am the Uzumaki clan head and I give you permission to be Uzumaki clan representative in the clan meetings, and now I am taking it back. And about Narumi, who said I am leaving her with bastard like you so that you turn her village weapon and after that use her like a breeding stock. No, I am taking her with me, and as you know that she is the heir of Uzumaki clan, so you can't even touch a hair of her. Minato feels like the whole sky fall upon his head. How could Kushina finds out about my plans for Narumi? It's S-class top secret information. It's bad, very bad. I need to stop Kushina any way possible, thought Minato. No, you can't do this. As the Hokage of Hidden Leaf Village, I forbid you take Narumi with you, shouted Minato in commanding tone as he trying to deny Kushina. You have no rights to command me over Minato Namikaze. By law, Hokage never allowed to interfere in clan business, so forget about that. Stated Kushina with cross her hand in her chest. Minato now shitting inside, he knows as legally his all ways is shut, but he can't Kushina to leave the village with Narumi, it totally destroyed his plan. He takes the fighting stance and look at Kushina's eyes. If I can't stop you legally, then I use force, and then I am going to use Fuinjutsu to wipe out the memories you have and make you the puppy as you have before. Said Minato and about to charge, but stops by the loud laugh of Kushina. When she stopped laughing, she looked at Minato with cold eyes and stated. And how are going to do this if I am not even here? I am just a shadow clone team, original boss and Narumi already in the halfway in the fire capital, and you know you can't catch them, cause boss already destroyed the Horatian seal you place on them. Goodbye team, said the clone of Kushina and vanished with a puff of smoke. Minato collapsed to his knee as the years of his planning just destroyed by a single event. If he knows about Naruto's intention. It's all Naruto's fault. For Naruto, he lost everything, his money, clan head status, jutsu scroll, and finally the weapon which make Konoha the most powerful village in the elemental nation. His hate of Naruto's just now tripled. No, I am not going to lose to the 10-year-old child. The best of best Hokage in the Hidden Leaf is never going to lose to anyone. Just wait, Naruto, when I find you out I am going to kill you and then take Kushina as my slave, and finally Konoha will have the weapon no matter what. Just you wait, Naruto, just you wait. Thought Minato and leave to the Sarutobi mansion for take advice from Sandaime Hokage. It seems the plan they have with Madara about start the Kiri civil war need to accelerate. But Naruto. Unknown this events which happening to Konoha, Naruto is currently flying in the sky of the sea to his destination. It's an island which called the legendary Summon Island. Almost every shinobi in Elemental Nation know about this island and what this island hold. It's said by legend that not even Rikudo Sannin can go to the island, and only the person who have a pure heart and the power of Kami can go there. Many shinobi villages send shinobis for taking the contract from there, but every time they failed and finished up either dead or missing. The whole island protected by some large whirlpools and category 5 hurricane storms. Naruto stopped in midair in front of the hurricane storms which protected the island, only to the hurricanes parted and create a path for Naruto to proceed for the island. When Naruto passed the path, the hurricanes again blocked the path like the path never been in there. After flying some time, Naruto landed on the shore of the island, only to see look like a heaven and earth, and middle of the island, a big temple. In its main door is two big statues, one a phoenix and one a dragon. Naruto again flew and landed in front of the door and about to enter the temple when the statues came to life and blocked the path. Naruto stared at the two statues with shock that they somehow came to alive and block his path. Welcome, young boy and child prophecy, we have been waiting for you to come here for thousands of years for take the summoning contract. But before you go, you need to answer some question of Urza, the dragon and phoenix statue at the same time. Okay, shoot. Said Naruto with confidence in his eyes. If it means to kill 100 corrupt people to save one good person, which person they about to kill painfully, what did you do? Are you going to kill them without a second thought or give them second chance to for them be a good people without knowing that they be one or going to be more corrupt, asked the statues. I wanted to kill them without a second thought, but if there even one person who feel truly guilty for what he or she about to do, then I am more than happy to give them a second chance, answered Naruto. And how you are going to do this? How could you understand that they are telling the truth about being a good people? As you know, I am part of Uzumaki clan, and in Uzumaki with enough training can sense the darkness in a soul. So I am willing to train hard for that power to decide what right for the world. What about Kushina and Narumi? You clearly know that they are feel guilty and regarded what they done to you. Are you willing to give them a second chance to be a mother and sister to you? No, they never become a mother or sister to me, but I willing to give them a chance, but not as mother or sister, but like friend or comrade, but they need to work hard to archive that position after what they done to me. Good answer, child of prophecy, you truly worthy to be first to summon the eternal phoenix and dragon clan. You may proceed. Go to the middle of the temple and sign the contract with you, blood, said the statues, and sidestep from the door for Naruto to enter the temple. Naruto entered the temple and directly go to the middle and see a large golden color scroll held by two small dragon and phoenix statues. He takes the scroll, opens it and writes his name with blood in the space where he needs to write the name, and in a puff of smoke he is gone from there. Summon realm. In a puff of smoke Naruto appeared which looked like a large throne which make daimyo's throne looks pale. In the throne is two big creatures, one is a big dragon and other is big bird which looks like made with orange fire. Naruto looking at them with awe when the dragon and phoenix spoke. Welcome young Naruto Uzumaki. I am Dragon Summon Boss Raijin. And I am Phoenix Summon Boss Rudra. Hello Raijin-sama, Rudra-sama, it's my pleasure to meet you, said Naruto and bow in front of them. Rise Naruto Uzumaki, we already know everything about you and your goal in future. So from today to next 5 years you are going to trains by the dragons and phoenix, which help you to archive your goal, said Rudra. Thank you Rudra-sama, I tried my best to make you proud of me. Yes I know you do. So let's the training begin. Said Raijin and they leave for the training ground with Naruto. Time skip 5 years. In this 5 years absent of Naruto many things happens. The Kiri Mizukage Yugura, the three-tails turtle Jinchuriki, ordered the kill warrant of bloodline holder in Kiri, thus creating a civil war in Kiri. The Uchiha clan is massacred by Itachi Uchiha and his mother Mikoto Uchiha. I know you shock why Mikoto helped Itachi to kill Uchiha clan. Don't worry, everything will clear in later chapter, only leaving young Sasuke Uchiha alive. Minato try hard to convince Kushina to come back to Konoha, but he fail hardly, but he somehow find a loophole and able to admit Narumi in the Ninja Academy of Konoha for take some control over her, but his intention again fail. Although Narumi attend ninja classes in Konoha, but the Fire Lord make it clear that if Minato try anything which Narumi or Kushina don't like or anything happen to Narumi, he going to cut all financial support from Konoha and march with his samurai and ninja monk army to destroy the leaf from the face of the earth. And Minato knows it's not a bluff, so he tries to act like a loving father for win Narumi's trust, but Narumi never respond his advances. Summon Realm. Naruto currently standing in front of two summon boss and his mother who come to congratulate Naruto for finished his training. In this 5 years change dramatically. He is now standing there with height of 6'5", his eyes is more purple than blue, he wear pure white combat dress and a trench coat over it with kanji of elemental god in it and a sword held in his back and sheathed. He looks at his mother and smile and Kami smile back. You did well in your training Naruchan and I and the summons boss is proud of you. Now it's time for you to go back to real world. Remember that Naruto always protect which precious to you with any cost. Now I want you to go back to the world and create safe haven for Biju and the Jinchurikis. You already know that the Bijus are innocent, they attack the villages because they are just controlled by some humans, free them and their holder from their pain so that they can live their lives, said Kami to Naruto. As you say mother, said Naruto and give Kami a hug. And Naruto find some girls and give me enough grandchildrens to spoil, said Kami with a smirk, only to Raijin and Rudra a sweat drop and Naruto to red with a large blush. Mother, shouted Naruto. Okay no teasing. But you already know you need to take multiple wives to make the family you want, said Kami. I know mother, but I only take them wives who love me unconditionally. Answer Naruto and again hug Naruto. Now it's time to go Naruto. Remember that we always proud of you. Said Kami and Rudra and Raijin nodded their head. Ready to go Naruto-kun? Asked a feminine voice from his behind. Yes Hikari-chan, I am ready to rock the elemental nation. Said Naruto and vanished from the throne with Hikari via puff of smokes. The Naruto Uzumaki is back from his training to bring the peace in the elemental nation. Previously. Now it's time to go Naruto. Remember that we always proud of you. Said Kami and Rudra and Raijin nodded their head. Ready to go Naruto-kun? Asked a feminine voice from his behind. Yes Hikari-chan, I am ready to rock the elemental nation. Said Naruto and vanished from the throne with Hikari via puff of smokes. The Naruto Uzumaki is back from his training to bring the peace in the elemental nation. It's been 1 week since Naruto and Hikari came back to normal world and yet to find a place where they can create a safe haven for Bijus and the Jinchurikis. But right now they are having some financial problem. Well, you see, after they came back to the real world they find out that they don't have any money for food and take a room on rent in hotel for sleep. So they forced to do some odd job in random village for money like babysitting, taking care of farm etc etc. But as you all know the ninjas hate this C-rank kind jobs and Naruto no different from them. Damn it, I hate this kind of jobs. I am a ninja for God's sake and I am doing some odd jobs like babysitting, shouted an angry Naruto as he and Hikari currently heading to a new village for some job. Naruto-kun, you know that we have no ties to any village and it's very hard to get some ninja mission without a village. So we stuck with this jobs. Answered Hikari as she walks alongside with Naruto. Sigh, I know Hikari-chan, I just hope something happen in our boring life. Like saving a princess from an evil king, stated Naruto with a disappointed tone. It seems the Kami hears her son's call, suddenly sounds of battle reach their ear and they decided to investigate what's going on. They came to a clearing where they saw some ninjas with wearing some strange metal armor who wears the symbol of snow, attacking a caravan, which seems to belong to a film crew as they can see cameras and other filming equipment. The only escort they have is some samurais and they are losing very badly. Looks like Oka-chan heard my call, said Naruto with the biggest grin on his face. Give up and hand over the princess and we may let you guys live. We only want the princess so that Dodo-sama archives the treasure of the Kazuhana family and rules the world. Shouted a ninja who seemed to the leader of the group as he and other 10 ninjas surrounded the caravan who were protected by the remaining 7 samurai alive, who can barely stand as the film crew shaking in fear. We will never hand over the princess to Dodo's scum, shouted one of the samurai who seems to some better shape than others. Shame, it seems you guys not cherish your lives. So the leader ninja said, and take out a kunai, are you prepared to die, shouted the same ninja as he charged the samurai with bloodlust in his eyes, intended to kill him. The samurai Sandeu know that he going to die as he take his sword and prepare to do a last downward slash as his last resort. The time slowed down as the samurai saw his executioner vanished from his sight and appear only few feet away from him and about to stick the kunai in his heart. He closed his eyes and mere second later, he heard the sound metal cut through flesh. But he never feel the pain. He slowly opens his eyes only to see his executioner is in ground beheaded, dead, and some silver-haired teenage boy with strange eyes, which looks completely white with 3 black rings, and in center of the eyes a red Fuma shuriken, stand over the ninja's beheaded body with a sword in his hand, which glows with immense amount of power. The sword has its own beauty. The sword looks like a normal sword, only to its blade is pure black, with a picture of bird which looks like made of orange fire, its hilt looks like a golden dragon head, and the power the sword release enough to make the samurais and snow ninjas nervous. Who are you? Asked the Sandeu in quivering tone. The teenage boy smiled at him and only said a friend. As he readied his sword to fight the other 10 ninjas and shouted, come on scums, give me some, let's see how you take the princess. Because Naruto Uzumaki is here to save her and I am going to kiss you guys ass to moon. The 10 snow ninjas shock. One moment they saw the leader about to kill the weak samurai and next moment he died by hand of a teenage boy with a black and gold sword, and it's not good sigh of them. Not like the situation as snow ninjas charge at Naruto. One ninja tried to punch Naruto, only to Naruto vanished from his sight. Naruto appear few meter away from him and launch a big fireball at the ninja. To his shock the fireball done no damage to him. This armor is not for show as it has powers to save us from ninjutsu and gain jutsu. Said the ninja as a smirk came upon his lip. So I only stuck with Tai and Kinjutsu, thanks for telling me the secret of your suit. Said Naruto and run at the ninja with his sword. Before the ninja know what happening he cut half from the middle. Suddenly Naruto heard some hushing sound from his behind. He turned around only to see 3 ninjas threw 6 kunai at him as they doing some hand sign. Shuriken Kage Bushin no Jutsu, shouted the 3 ninjas. The 6 kunais suddenly become 200 as the kunai heading at Naruto at high speed. But for Naruto it moves in slow motion. For Naruto dodging them like piece of cake, but Naruto know if he dodged the attack it directly attacked the film crew he tried to save. He gathers chakra around his whole body as he shouted the absolute defense technique of Yuga's 8 trigram heavenly spin. Suddenly a ball white chakra dome covered him as Naruto block every single kunai with the jutsu. Naruto stopped the jutsu and channel some chakra at his hand and run at the ninja at blinding speed. He gave first ninja punch, and the power Naruto put in the punch is greater than Tsunade. It broke the ninja's ribcage, and he flew away in great speed as his 2 subordinate meet the same fate, and it happened in just 1 second. As the other snow ninjas see their friends killed by this boy so easily they decided to attack at the same time, only to burn in black flames of hell except one which Naruto spare for interrogation. For Shiba his great day becomes suddenly worse. He is Shunin of Snow Village, a member of Dodo's private force Frost. They came at a mission to Fire Country to kidnap Princess Kyoki of Snow Village, as they gave information by Leaf Village about King-konoha for help. Of course the Hokage reject her, pled for help to retrieve the Snow Village from her uncle. As Konoha made a deal with Dodo for advanced technology and chakra suit for not interfering Dodo's business and help Dodo to find the princess. The mission starts good. They gave direction by Leaf Shinobi who follow the caravan as they leave the Leaf Village after rejected by the Hokage gave the Snow Ninja team where they are heading as Leaf knows they can't directly involve with the kidnapping team as it gives the Leaf a bad image in other elemental lands. Shiba and his team find the caravan pretty fast thanks to Leaf. They attack it. The samurai try to defend the princess, but they are samurai and they are ninjas, so one by one the samurais end up dead. As they about to finish their mission suddenly from nowhere a teenage boy came out all killed every single person in his team and now heading towards him, glaring with his wired cold eyes. He stopped in front of him and placed his left hand on his head. Suddenly he felt like his soul started to leave his body and finally the darkness claimed him forever. Naruto used his eyes to read the man's mind as he finds out the information he wanted to know, and it pissed him off greatly. Damn the power-hungry village, how low they can go. Muttered Naruto himself as Hikari came out and placed a hand on his shoulder and gave him a nod. Naruto smiled at her and turned at the princess who is now standing in front of them, slightly awe and fearful expression on her face. Naruto looked at her and give her a charming smile which makes the princess blush. Naruto walked in front of her and offered a hand and said, "Hi, my name is Naruto Uzumaki, nice to meet you. My name is Kyoki Kazuhana, I am the princess of Yuki no Kuni. I thank you for helping us from the snow ninjas. Kami knows without you we are not going to survive this attack," she said as she shakes his hand. "It's no problem. So you guys searching for help for retake the Yuki no Kuni from your evil uncle?" asked Naruto as he already know from reading the enemy ninja's mind. "How do you know about that?" asked Kyoki as she suspicious about this comment as her guardian samurai reading their swords. Whoa, no need to suspicious, I just used one of my techniques to read the last enemy guy's mind." This made Kyoki relaxes, but she doesn't understand why she trusts his word this easily. "Sorry about that, but as you know we have enemies everywhere and it's common to be suspicious. And about your question, yes we searching for help, but no one try to help us, so we now going on our own, we know we are going to die, but as a princess of Yuki no Kuni I need to be there for my people," said Kyoki with determined in her voice. This impresses Naruto greatly that a princess wanted does so much only for her people, and he decided it's his duty to help the princess. "Well we can help," said Naruto with a smile. What?" asked an unsure Kyoki. "I said we can help. We are pretty strong ourselves. And we are sure with our help you can surely take your country back," answered Naruto. Kyoki can't believe her ears, she lost all hope after Leaf Village rejected her offer about to take his father country back. She know that if she go there only a force of samurai they are going to lost and die, but still she decided to go there and try to fight because she know it is what her father wanted her to do. But now a hot-looking strong boy with a beautiful red-haired girl came from nowhere and offers their help. It's like a dream to her. "Thank you," said a teary Kyoki. "No problem," Kyoki-chan shouted a cheerful Naruto as he knows a big fight about to come and this make him very happy. Kyoki blush and the Chan part and nod at the pair as they bury the dead bodies and again stated to heading to the port where they going to take the ship which take them to Yuki no Kuni. As they leave the place a figure hidden in the tree came out. "I must inform Raikage-sama about this," he muttered and vanished in puff of smoke as other side of the field a leaf shinobi does the same thing. Previously. "No problem," Kyoki-chan shouted a cheerful Naruto as he knows a big fight is about to come and this makes him very happy. Kyoki blushed at the Chan part and nodded at the pair as they bury the dead bodies and again stated heading to the port where they going to board the ship to take them to Yuki no Kuni. As they leave there a figure hidden in the trees came out. "I must inform Raikage-sama about this," he muttered and vanished in puff of smoke as on the other side of the field a leaf shinobi does the same thing. In Konoha. Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, sitting at his desk, currently doing paperwork for the new genin teams. He tries to his hardest the last 5 years to win his daughter's trust but failed every time. So as a last resort he put Narumi Uzumaki, she refused to take the Namikaze name. Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno will be on Team 7 under Kakashi Hatake the copy ninja. As Sasuke is the most popular boy in the academy, Minato is hoping that somehow the last loyal Uchiha can make it through her heart and made her fall in love with him, as the last loyal Uchiha was also very interested in making Narumi his bride. For this planned success he instructed Kakashi that he do his best to have Narumi fall in love with him. He about to think about the other genin teams when a knock disturbed him. "Come in," ordered Minato. As the door of his office opened and an Anbu with lizard mask entered his office and bowed to Minato. "Yes, Lizard. What's the report about the mission the snow ninjas? Were they able to capture the snow princess?" asked Minato as he said this ninja to look at the snow ninjas and report to him how their mission went. "No, Hokage-sama, the mission is a failure," said Lizard as he bowed to the Hokage of the village hidden in the leaves. This caused Minato frown in shock. How could this happen? It shouldn't be possible for those samurais to defeat those highly trained ninjas. You know how important this mission for the hidden leaf village. How could they defeat them? Asked Minato. "Pardon me, Hokage-sama, but it's not the samurais who defeat them," informed Lizard. "Then who is it? Who dares to interfere in the business of Konoha?" asked Minato in an angry voice and release a large amount killing intent for the unknown foe. Hokage-sama. It's Naruto. Suddenly the killing intent tripled, it becomes so potent that the whole village can feel it. Then the Kai vanished and a smirk came to his face. "You're dismissed, Lizard, and inform every hunter nin that search for Naruto to capture him alive by any means necessary. I repeat, capture him alive," said the Hokage in an emotionless tone as Lizard give him a bow and leave the room via body flicker. "So we finally find you, Naruto. This time we are going to capture you no matter what. You are too important for Konoha to lose, as well as your sister. After we capture you I will make sure that you be only loyal to me and help me to take back my fangirl and village weapon. No one can stop to Konoha rule the elemental nation, not even Kami herself," thought Minato as he sat in his desk for write a letter to Yuki no Kuni. In Kumo. Currently the Kumo spy who kneels before the Raikage, he just finished his report what he saw and waiting for the Raikage, give him next order what to do. So you are telling me you saw Naruto Uzumaki, the youngest SS rank nin, with only capture order from Konoha, who use Hyuga clan signature jutsu to save some film crew and single-handedly defeated 10 ninja of snow in couple of minutes. And use some sort of black flames? Asked the Raikage with a serious tone, still not believing what a 15 years boy done. Yes, Raikage-sama, it certainly is, replied the spy. Okay, you are dismissed. Raikage ordered and the spy leaves the room via body flicker. This Naruto character seems to be quite powerful. If we compromise him to join our village, it not only gives us a major power boost, also we can have the power of Byakugan or whatever bloodline he has, if not then eliminate him if some other village got him. I need to send someone after him, and who could be best other than Weapon of Kumo, thought the Raikage. Anbu, call Yujito Nai, I have a special mission for her, ordered the Raikage. But Naruto next day. Naruto currently lean on the railing in the ship which take them to the snow country with Hikari standing beside him. It takes them 60 minutes to the ship reach the snow country from fire country, so they had nothing to do for now. So Hikari decided to ask Naruto a question which bothering her since the time they fight with the snow ninja. You know, I am thinking that leaving the two spies alone is not really okay. After all, they will inform their respective village and they are going to be coming after our asses with intent to kill or capture, said Hikari with a calm tone so that only Naruto can hear. Yes. We need to create a name about ourselves so that when we create our village, we can attract clients for our village with our power and popularity. After all, without clients we can't have money, and without money, the new village becomes weak and falls at the hands of our enemy. And it also helps our fellow Jinchuriki and Biju to feel safe under our village. They feel safe when they know they are protected by powerful persons like you and me. That's why we must make our name an elemental nation, and it would be fun to mess with those hidden village Kage, and I am sure Minato currently sent every hunter nin to capture me. Realization hit Hikari like a ton of brick. She never thought that Naruto could use the spies like this. A devilish smirk play in her lips. Oh, it would be remarkable scene to see, but for her bad luck, she isn't that lucky to see it, but still make her very very happy. 10 minutes from reaching Yuki no Kuni. It's been 50 minutes since they leave the harbor, as the captain said it will take them 10 more minutes to reach the harbor of Yuki no Kuni. Every man and woman in the boat was packing their things for their upcoming journey to the camp of rebel and film crew, filming the whole event as they are planning to make it a new movie. Suddenly the boat stops sailing as big snow glacier island stops it from going further and straight. The captain of the ship anchored the ship to the island and try to find an alternative way. The film crew is setting the cameras for shoot. That's when Naruto fell at 33 well-hidden chakra signature from within the snow. He looks at Hikari, who also fell it, and gave Naruto a nod. Naruto activate his Kanpekagen, perfect eye, and its Byakugan power to locate them. 3 high Jonin level 50 yards in the middle right and left, 30 high Chunin level below 70 yards, take them Hikari, but don't kill 3 Jonin levels, I want them alive. They may become somewhat useful to us, ordered Naruto in low tone, so that only Hikari can hear. Hikari only nod and vanished from the sight without anyone noticed her. Naruto, the leader of 3-man team of Dodo, inwardly smirks as he saw the team of Princess Yuki fall for their trap. They already know about the failure of the ninjas they send to retrieve Princess Yuki, and the boy Naruto as Konoha send them a messenger hawk. Konoha's ordered are simple: capture the boy and hand them over to Konoha, and Konoha going to pay them handsomely. His plan is simple: let the Chunins attack the group and make them fight the 30 Chunins, and when they are exhausted from the fight, then he, Fubuki and Mizuru attack the group and thus capture the princess and the boy and kill the rest. Maybe he can have some fun with the red-haired slit-eyed beauty. Oh, how wrong he is. He about to give the order to attack to the Chunin team when he felt a cold metal to his neck. He turned his head only to see the red-haired beauty he saw with the silver-haired team currently behind him, with holding a kunai in his neck. He about to ask some help from his teammates, only to see they are the same position as he is with a clone of Hikari, hold a kunai in their neck. He looks down for the Chunin's team only to his eyes bulge out from his head. The entire Chunin's team lay there in a pool of their blood, they slaughtered. How could it's possible? We are well hidden, not even an Anbu can sense us, so how could they have found out? Not to mention I never sensed her leave, to think she killed 30 men within a few minutes. They are in whole new level, thought Natter. He knew that they already lose, so he up his hand to let the Hikari know he surrender as his teammates do the same. Suddenly he felt karate chop to his neck and he black out. Sometime later. Natter groans as he regained consciousness. He found himself tied to the ship railing as his teammates were also tied beside him, still unconsciousness. Good to see you awake. Said a voice. He look up to see the team Naruto currently standing in front of him. He can see only 4 of them currently on the ship as the whole crew going to shoot some scene in the island. What do you want? Asked Natter. Well, nothing much, just some information about Dodo and his contract with Konoha, replied Naruto with a smile. Fuck off. We are never going to betray Dodo-sama. You don't know what I can do to you, Snow Ninja-san, said Naruto with sadistic tone. This caused Natter scares a little, but he controls his fear. What you going to do? Kill us? We do not fear death, replied Natter, a mocking tone. Oh, I can do much worse than death. Care to try me? Asked Naruto, a cold tone as he activate Kanpekagon, and suddenly the whole area filled with aura of death, and Natter swore he can see Shinigami behind Naruto with a dagger in his mouth. This caused Natter scare shitless. What do you want to know? Asked Natter with shaking tone. Everything, tell me everything. So next 10-minute Natter fill Naruto about everything he know about Dodo and Konoha. At the finish of the talk, Naruto angry roared to think Konoha could go this low for power, helping a bastard who doomed a whole country for what, some advanced chakra armor. Well, I am happy that you give me the information, so I am not going to kill you and your friends. Said Naruto as Natter let out a relieved sigh, but you guys maybe become some use to me so. His eyes glow with power as he look into the eyes of Natter, caused Natter panicked with fear. What are doing? Asked a panicked Natter. Making sure you stay loyal to me. Don't worry, your teammates will receive the same fate, said Naruto as he shouted his technique. Hadamasakami. Suddenly Natter's mind flowed with different sets of images, none of which are his, but to him are all real. Like the fact he and his teammates are loyal followers of Naruto and Hikari, and they are currently on a mission to work as a spy in Dodo's ninja force Frost. When the technique ended, he blacked out from the overload of the technique. You know you can read his mind with your Kanpekagon, why try to scare shit out of for the information? Asked Hikari, who the whole sit top of a cabin. Well, it's true I can. But what fun with only read his mind, replied Naruto with smirk as Hikari sweat dropped. I know him spending too much time with his aunt make him sadistic. Hikari shakes her head from the thought. She looks at Naruto and asks, so we are going to attack Dodo soon? Yes, Hikari-chan, soon, very soon, replied Naruto as he entered full shinobi mode for the upcoming battle, as Hikari just got excited for the upcoming battle. It's time for them to free the land of snow from the vile creature named Dodo. So this part ends here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, so quickly like this video for second part of this series. And comment down below your thoughts about this series. And now it's time for me to go, bye.